When you hear my ludity, my worm you will pity. I'm engaged in the city from 10 till 3. But I've been betrayed by a fascinating maid who was captain of a bonnet shop in town, you see. Her eyes were as black as the seeds of a pear. No rose in the garden with her cheeks could compare. She'd a gingham umbrella, her name was Isabella, and her father kept a barbershop in East Boston. On a Monday afternoon in the later part of June, from Rosebery started for a pleasant ride, you see. And as I drew near the East Boston Pier, a lovely lady I chanced to see. In her hands a nosegay, 'twas a bundle of stocks, a brown paper parcel and a blue bonnet box, a gingham umbrella, her name was Isabella, and her father kept a barber shop at East Boston. Rushed to the gangway and preferred my assistance on the smile that she gave me as I handed her a seat. I sat down beside her, she offered no resistance. We talked of the weather, the rain, and the heat. I asked her her parents, I asked her their trade. I asked her her name with a look half afraid. She raised her umbrella, said, my name is Isabella, and my father keeps a barber shop at East Boston. Before we parted, she'd all my affection. I inquired should I see her at some future day. She simpered and smiled and said she'd no objection. As light as a fairy she tripped it away. So we were engaged in a regular way. My time passed as happy as the flowers in May, when I thought of Isabella and her gingham umbrella, and her father's little barber shop in East Boston. I took her to the Berkeley's with a ticket of admission. I took her to the Copelands for ice creams, not a few. We went to music hall organ exhibition, and out to the cattle fair at Brighton too. Oh, the presents I made and the letters I wrote, from the first time I met her on the East Boston boat. My darling Isabella and her gingham umbrella, whose father keeps a barber shop in East Boston. When you hear the sequel, you'll say it has no equal in all the annals of woman's deceit. I went one night to meet my Isabel, but no Isabel was there to meet. I searched the South End till I happened to drop in at Union Hall at a $5 hop, and there found Isabella with a lemon-whiskered feller, dancing double shuffles like all East Boston. I started with surprise and exclaimed, Isabella, do you take me for a flat? Do I look like a fool? She coolly replied, yes, I rather think I do. But don't get excited, you best keep cool. I rushed at my rival's satisfaction to get, but found that my troubles had not ended yet. For up jumped Isabella with her gingham umbrella, and knocked my brand new stovepipe to East Boston. I rushed from the sight of the faithless spinster in the Charles River water repose to find, but before I reached the foot of the common, my opinions altered and I changed my mind. Our folly must be paid for and wisdom bought. There are fishes in the sea, goose as ever were caught. So goodbye to Isabella and her broken umbrella, and her father's one-horse barber shop in East Boston.